Good morning, children. Today we are going to discuss the EMF of a cell, right? So EMF of a cell is defined as electromotive force. If we talk about its full form, it is electromotive force. So we have studied in previous classes also that a simple cell symbol look like this. This is the positive terminal, this is the negative terminal, and that is how we denote the simple cell. So I have taken a particular circuit in which there is a cell attached. Cell means it is a source of energy. It will give some energy that will run any other device connected to the circuit. That energy will be used by the load, right? And this cell will have one positive terminal, one negative terminal, and it will have some internal resistance. Later in the chapter we are going to discuss the internal resistance of the cell also, right? So we know that the current flows from positive terminal of the battery to the negative terminal of the battery. But inside the cell there is a force that take charges from the negative side to the positive side, right? So the amount of work done by the source, this is the source, the amount of work done by the source in taking a unit positive charge from lower potential, this negative potential, to higher potential, once around the complete cycle is termed as electromotive force. So children, don't get confused by its name. Electromotive force is not a force, but it is the work done. It is the energy supplied by the battery or the source, right? So definition wise we say that it is defined as the work done by the source in taking a unit positive charge from lower to higher potential. बाहर cell का जो current है, that current and charge carriers will flow like this. But inside the cell, the charge carrier have to move from negative terminal of the cell to the positive terminal of the battery, right? So that is why lower to higher potential. So electromotive force, say suppose we have taken this cell in a different form. Say the current is flowing from a external circuit and coming back and entering here. So let us consider that there is some force, and this force is non-electrostatic origin. Any force that will not depend on charge. This force is exerted and the particles, the charges are moving from negative terminal to positive terminal. Let us say this force, we denote this force by Fn, non-electrostatic origin, which will make all the positive charge move towards A and all the negative charge move towards B. So let us combinedly name this force as Fn, which is having non-electrostatic origin. It will not depend upon the nature of the charge. So the force drives positive charges towards A and negative charges towards B. And we know that if we take the example of, say, a water tank, water flows from a higher level to a lower level. Why? Because it has more potential energy. The way current moves from higher potential to lower potential, the way water or any other liquid flows from higher potential to a lower potential, similarly, introducing this Fn, which is non-electrostatic force on this charged particle, because the charges have to move. Now there will be some extra force which make the charges move from A to B. Let us consider this force as Fe, right? So the non-electrostatic origin force we name this as Fn, and an electric field is set up in the electrolyte from A to B. A से B तक we will have an electric force set up, and this electric force will give rise to a force. Let us say that force is Fe, right? So it exerts on the charge Q in the opposite direction of Fn. Fn is making positive charges move this side, negative charges move this side, and this force exert in this direction from A to B, opposite to Fn, right? So the electric field exerts a force which is equals to QE on charge Q in opposite direction. Fe will be this side, Fn will be this side. So we know that work done is force into distance. Now this distance is the distance between these two terminals of the cell. So work done is given by the force, which is non-electrostatic in origin, into the distance between the plates A and B. Right? Now we know that in previous classes also we have studied that how do we define potential. Potential is a work done per unit charge. So work done is W, charge Q. Now just now we have written work done as Fn, which is the force of non-electrostatic origin into distance upon charge. Now this work done we denote here by this E, a different type of E we are supposed to make, or small e. We will never ever make it as capital E, because capital E will denote the electric field. No, we will not write it as capital E. Either you make E in this form or you simply write small e. So because this work done is E, which is equals to work done upon charge, this energy is work done upon charge. And we have also learned in the previous chapter that electric field E is equal to potential per unit distance plus electric field ka second definition says it is force per unit charge. So from here V can be written as E into D. Right? Now electric EMF or the energy is work done upon charge. Say suppose when these two terminals, say this is a cell and these two terminals, until you are connecting any source outside the cell or in the external circuit, it will not pass on the energy until you don't apply any external resistance. In that case, when two terminals are not connected to the external circuit, the charges stops accumulating, and when the charges stops accumulating from both the direction, force from this side and force from this side will balance each other. So we may write Fn is equals to Fe. This force is due to electric field in between the plates of the cell or the source. This force is because the charges are being moved in opposite direction from lower potential to higher potential. So when the charges are not accumulating, these two forces will be same. And because this is equal to Q into E, so we can equate Q into E multiplying by D, multiplying by D, multiplying by D. So QE into D. Now we know that E into D is V. So writing this as V. So E was work done upon charge. Right? So we can write this FND, which is equal to QV here. So Q get cancelled out. So what actually is EMF? EMF is actually the maximum potential difference between the terminals when the cell is in open circuit. Open circuit means we are not taking any current from here. So EMF is defined as the work done in moving a charge through the once through a circuit, or we may say this EMF is actually equal to what? It is actually equal to the potential difference of the cell. But in what condition? When we are not drawing any current from the cell. So that is how we define EMF. So you should not be confused between EMF and the potential difference. Let us discuss that. So what is EMF? EMF is a source. The cell that will provide. This is a source. And what is potential difference? This is the effect. It is the effect. Say if this is the cell and this is some external resistance, and let us say A and B are 2 points, then this gives the EMF. This is the source, and the potential between these 2 points in the external circuit will be termed as a potential difference. So this is the source, this is the effect. It is equal to the maximum potential difference between two terminals. It could be equal to the maximum potential difference between two terminals. And it may vary between any 2 points in a closed circuit. It may vary because depending on what component are we taking. Suppose I am taking potential from here to here. It will be different here to here. It will be different here to here. It will be different. Right? So EMF exists even if the circuit is open. Even if the circuit is open, we are not taking any current. Say for example cell, dry cell. It will provide you EMF. Whether you are taking the current, In that case, it will have maximum potential difference. And when you are drawing the current, the potential difference drops, the EMF drops. So it exists only when the circuit is closed. Until you are not drawing the current, potential difference will not exist. Work done by the source in moving a unit charge once around the circuit. This is amount of work done in taking a unit charge from one point to another, because potential difference is measured between 2 points. It is equal to the sum of potential difference of all the components. Say you have 4 components in the circuit, right? So if you add the potential of all of them, that is given by the source. Addition of all of them cannot be more than the EMF of the cell. Here every circuit component will have its own potential difference across the ends. EMF is always larger than the potential difference, but it is always less than the EMF, right? These two could be same only when you are not drawing any current from the circuit, right? And it is independent of the external resistance in the circuit, and it is always less than the EMF, right? It depends on the external resistance in the circuit. Thank you, children.